And then Arjuna spoke the following words.
Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhisthasya keshava sthitadhi kim prabhasheta kimasita vrajeta kim.
O Keshava, what is the disposition of one who is situated in divine consciousness? How does an enlightened person talk? How does he sit? How does he walk?
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Prajahati yada kaman sarvan partha manogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthitah prajnastadochyate.
Lord Krishna said, O Partha, when one discards all selfish desires and cravings of the senses that torment the mind and becomes satisfied in the realization of the self, such a person is said to be established in pure perception.
Dukheshvanudvignamanaha sukheshu vigataspruhaha vitaraga bhayakrodhaha sthitadhir muniruchyate.
One whose mind remains undisturbed amidst misery, who does not lose control of his senses during pleasure, and who is free from entanglement, fear and anger, such a person is called a sage with an established mind.
Yas sarvatra nabhisnehaha tattat prapya shubhashubham nabhinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratisthita.
One who remains unentangled under all conditions and is neither delighted by good fortune nor dejected by sufferings, such a person is a sage with an established perception.
Yada samharate chayam kurmongani vasarvashaha indriyani indriyarthebhyastasya prajna pratisthita.
One who is able to withdraw the senses from their sense objects, just as a tortoise withdraws its limbs into its shell, such a person is said to have an established perception.
Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinaha rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate.
Those who aspire towards this state of perception may restrain the senses from their objects of enjoyment, but the taste for the sense objects remains. However, even this taste ceases to exist for those who realize the Supreme.
Yatato hyapi kaunteya purushasya vipaschitaha indriyani pramathini haranti prasabham manaha.
The senses are so strong and turbulent, O son of Kunti, that they can forcibly carry away the mind even of a person endowed with discrimination, who practices self-control.
Tani sarvani sanyamya yukta asita matparaha vashehi yasyendriyani tasya prajna pratisthita.
The one who has absolute control over all the senses, with one's mind ever absorbed in me, such a person is said to have an established perception.
Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamaha kamat krodho bhijayate.
While contemplating on the objects of the senses, one develops entanglement towards them. Entanglement leads to desire, and unfulfilled desire leads to anger.
Krodhat bhavati sammohaha sammohat smriti vibhramaha smriti bhramshat buddhinasho buddhinashat pranashyati.
Anger leads to clouded judgment, which in turn results in confusion of the memory. When one's memory is bewildered, the intellect gets destroyed. When one's intellect is destroyed, one is ruined.
Ragadvesha vimuktaistu vishayanindriyaischaran आत्मवश्यैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादमधिगच्छति.
But one who controls the minds and is free from entanglement and aversion, even while using the objects of the senses, such a person attains to divine grace.
प्रसादे सर्वदुःखानां हानिरस्योपजायते प्रसन्नचेतसो ह्याशु बुद्धिः पर्यवतिष्ठते.
By divine grace comes the peace in which all sorrows end, and the intellect of such a person of tranquil mind soon becomes firmly established in the divine.
नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शान्तिः अशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम्.
But an undisciplined person who has not controlled the mind and senses can neither have a resolute intellect nor steady contemplation on the divine. For one who never unites the mind with the divine, there is no peace. And how can one who lacks peace be happy?
इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनोनुविधीयते तदस्य हरति प्रज्ञां वायुर्नावमिवाम्भसि.
Just as a strong wind sweeps a boat off of its chartered course on the waters, senses sweep away the mind of a person who is indulged in the sense objects.
तस्माद्यस्य महाबाहो निगृहीतानि सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेभ्यस्तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता.
O Arjuna, therefore, one who has restrained the senses from their objects is firmly established in pure perception.
या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागर्ति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि सा निशा पश्यतो मुनेः.
What all beings consider as day is the night of ignorance for the wise, and what all creatures see as night is the day for the introspective sage.
आपूर्यमाणमचलप्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापः प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तद्वत् कामायं प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी.
Just as the ocean remains undisturbed by the incessant flow of waters from rivers merging into it, likewise, the sage who is unmoved despite the flow of desirable objects all around him attains peace. Not the person who strives to satisfy the cravings for these sense objects.
विहाय कामान् यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिमधिगच्छति.
That person who gives up all material desires and lives free from a sense of greed, possession and egocentrism, such a person attains perfect peace.
एषा ब्राह्मी स्थितिः पार्थ नैनां प्राप्य विमुह्यति स्थित्वा स्यामन्तकालेऽपि ब्रह्मनिर्वाणमृच्छति.
O Partha, such is the state of an enlightened self that having attained it, one is never again deluded. Being established in this consciousness, even at the hour of death, one is liberated from the cycle of life and death and dissolves into the supreme consciousness.
Om Tat Sat Iti Srimad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnarjuna Samvade Sankhya Yogo Nama Dvitiyodhyayah.
And thus ends the second chapter by the name of Sankhya Yoga. This is taken from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, a conversation between Lord Krishna and Arjuna on the science of yoga, which is the knowledge of ultimate reality called as Brahma Vidya.
ॐ श्री परमात्मने नमः।